If you love customizing your school planners like I do, I have the perfect planner for you. Look, it's already customized, even the inside. Wow, today I've got a little video for you. Sketchbook tour, even though it's not a sketchbook, it's a planner. Did you get all that, my planner? To show you some of the Easter eggs. And a behind the scenes look at how I made it and the hidden details I put inside. But first, this planner, yes, it's already available in all bookstores, shops and supermarkets that sell planners, and I'll tell you a bit more about it at the end of the video. About this beautiful cover, there's a little spot gloss that's really something special, as some would say. There's also a little sticker that you can easily remove if you want, of course, and the custom design under the sticker. And do you notice how many different artistic techniques and tools were used to create this cover? Spoiler alert, in my opinion, you won't figure it out. I already talked about it a little bit in a video, but I started making drawings on paper with markers, pencil, colored pencil, oil pastels, and highlighters. And then, using these different layers of paper, tearing them, reassembling them together by gluing them back, and also adding stickers, like for example right here, you can see. Yes, I used watercolor to achieve effects I couldn't get with other tools. Then, I scanned all these different elements that I had experimented with to reassemble them, this time on the computer, using transparency effects, layering, and then moved onto the tablet to add even more digital drawings. For example, there are a lot of digital drawings added on the back cover, with the little flowers, the little blades, and so on. And these torn paper effects here, whether it's behind, on the barcode, or on the year, because yes, of course, it's a 2026-2027 planner. I'm not going to release a planner in June for the current year. Well, these pieces of torn paper are real pieces of torn paper. I tore up some papers and put them on a colored background so I could cut them out more easily in Photoshop and add my pieces of torn paper. So I didn't download an image from the internet, I made them myself. On a planner, you have to include some details like the name of the publishing house or the barcode with different information like the code or the price. I couldn't see myself just putting a plain white thing like that to show the barcode, so for that too, it's a piece of torn paper with the barcode inside it. And by the way, 0, here's a little detail I love to add in my artistic creations, like here, for example, here it says corner or bottom because it's the bottom, it's like this in this direction. Don't do it this way or the bottom will end up on top and be upside down. There are other details on the cover, and don't worry, I'll go over the details I added inside too with lots of hidden messages. I was saying that we have to include the name of the publishing house. Its name is also placed on a little squiggle so you can read it properly. And here you see the number of little bars. That's the number of tries there were for the cover. So how many do you count on the chain? If you know me, I created 3 small characters. Pad, named because he has no name. Flappy, named as a mix of flower and happy. So it's a flower. Get it? And there's the last one, the most recent, More. She's called More because she's a girl, and this one More because she's a little hot. By the way, did you get it? Tell me in the comments which of the 3 you prefer, or if you didn't know one of the 3. And unfortunately, at the time I created this cover, which was actually a really long time ago, in December 2025 I had Flappy and Pad. Here, you can't see it very well, it's very faint, but unfortunately I hadn't invented More yet. So I draw a lot of hearts in my art style, that's why I wanted to create a heart character, but More isn't there. I hope you won't hold it against me. Alright, that's it, now let's move on to the inside. A dedication? Yeah, a dedication, it's even your first name, that's crazy, yeah, because maybe we'll organize some signing sessions. To get your signature with your first name, feel free to stay connected on social media. I'll share that with you at the right time in a story on Instagram or live on Twitch. All links are in the video description with a first page introducing myself. I'll let you read it. But I don't have much more to say except that once again, these are actual torn pieces of paper. Next page. In planners, there are often pages like this at the beginning, which honestly, when I had a planner, were completely useless to me. But here, I thought it was interesting to be able to customize them, like for example, the memo page. Normally, you're supposed to introduce yourself, so I put a bunch of completely random information, like your favorite brand of that thing, or the name of your bread there. Come on, write down the name of your bread, because here, what is it? Are you more of a baguette or a tradition person? Or usually you put your schedule here. I'm always lazy, and if you follow me, you probably are too. So you'll just add it without bothering to write it in your schedule. Next page, the pages with maps. It's always the same in planners, I don't know why. I took a basic planner page and added a bunch of little details on top. And there are some little details that are pretty cool Easter eggs. On the full year calendar, Christmas is circled, of course, because Christmas is awesome. But there's also a little date that's marked with an arrow. That's actually the date when I drew this double page. And finally, November 11th, simply because it's my birthday. By the way, there's also the location marked for where I live and where I'm from. Next page. So, besides the crosswords and other games that we'll see a bit later in the planner, I wanted to add not English irregular verbs like you sometimes find in planners. Creating my own language, I am, brewing. There you go, I'll let you say it without spoiling too much in case you want to check out the planner, guys. It's at 12.99 euro on all platforms. There's especially this one that really makes me laugh for the peak of humor, and finally a little creative challenge, but that's not too much of a spoiler. There you go. You'll get the planner to have the creative challenge. Let's get into the details inside the pages. And here, once again, I wanted to use the normal design of a planner so you can customize it, actually as if you had bought a traditional planner. But actually, someone had already gone over it, scribbling everywhere with big markers like this, blah, blah, blah. So there are elements like this, or even this. There's a lot here, right? Which are made with real spray paint, markers, scanned, cut out, and put on a transparent background, so they can be added directly to the planner. Or other messages, such as the personalized daily moods, monthly introduction pages, or extra messages on notes or small tabs in the page corner. These are the messages that were written on the tablet, so we could make a lot more of them. And actually, about those little things you can tear out, for me, that was my absolute favorite when I was in middle and high school and had this kind of planner. You get it? It's used to go straight to the right page, so you don't have to search for it, kind of like a bookmark. In the end, I loved tearing out those little things. Because it's like you're making it real that the days are passing in the year and you're getting closer to vacation, or that it's one less day of classes to get through. That's why I wrote little messages like, tear me off, one less day before vacation, or one less day. Or on the contrary, during vacation to remind you that vacation goes by too fast. There are other little fun things I wanted to add during vacation, like little games, crosswords, arrow words, sudokus, that kind of thing. To remind you that you have to draw, because obviously it's important to draw every day, guys, or maybe count the pimples. So you count the pimples. How many pimples are there? You count how many pimples. You count how many are there? And finally, the page for every month, each time where I drew the month in a slightly original way and added little games. Sometimes it's the right page, sometimes the left, whichever page seems to stand out. For me, it was on the right, at least on camera. Anyway, this page here, you know? I'll show you a few little examples with the month of March, the month of April, the month of May, or the month of June. And here, I think that for this message, it's going to really annoy some of your teachers or maybe your parents. For how much are you playing soccer with your planner? And please, guys, send me photos or videos. For those of you who really play soccer with your planners, I want to see the result of your planners. By the way, for those who are going to customize it too, because, well, obviously it can be even more personalized. Honestly, I can't wait to see how you're going to make it your own. Send me photos and videos. We'll make a compilation and might watch it live on Twitch. If you'd like to join, it's twitch.tv/BrunoGraffer. Link in the description. Anyway, please, teachers or parents, don't be too mad at me. I added this little message on purpose. In June that way, just in case the planner is already well used. It's the end of the year. I could have scheduled it in September. So, the mess and damage. In conclusion, that's it for me, guys. I've spent over 6 months on this project and it's one of the projects I'm happiest with. With this final touch and the cover, I really love it. It's a beauty, you know? Really, right here, incredible. I love it. Thank you to everyone who will order this planner, because only you have the power to make sure we create another planner for next year. Again, if this planner project goes well, there will be another one for 2027, 2028, who knows, and maybe again after that, and again after that, and again after that. And make sure this anti-back to school planner becomes the best seller of all planners. Share it with everyone. Get one for your brother, your sister, your goldfish, your dog, your wise man, the whole family, really? For those who don't like planners or aren't in school, it also works as a sketchbook or notebook, so there's no reason not to get the custom planner. BrunoGraffer. Once again, I'm giving you all the links. If you want to order it, whether it's on Amazon, Fnac, or in a bookstore, there's a link to find a bookstore near you, or it's also available in supermarkets. Thanks to everyone who pre-orders it, and thanks to all of you for watching. Kisses, hit the bell, subscribe, bye.